Okay, hello everyone. So now I'm going to do a comparison of reading between paper and ebook. So I've got this textbook from CISI, which is a standard A4 format, and for the ebook I've got this Likebook Mars. It's a bit larger than the normal e-reader, but it's not super large, although you see in horizontal in landscape mode it can almost cover an entire page. So we will see now how is the experience of studying and reading on paper versus ebook. Okay, first of all, you see the paper book had an update issued after the book went in print. And this, of course, is an advantage for the ebook, because for the ebook they just had to issue a new file, and that was it. So no paper hanging around. Now let's open. Well, skim reading is of course much easier on paper because I can simply move around like this. And let's see, for example, here, when we are talking about options, we've got a lot of tables and charts, so it's the typical elements that you will find on a textbook or any kind of technical literature. Really, you've got all the typical formatting elements that usually can be difficult to render in an ebook. Or here, foreign exchange. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's see foreign exchange, for example. So you see we've got a learning objective, we've got a paragraph, we've got titles, we've got the chapter number here. And then we've got a table. And then we've got mathematical formulas. So I think this can be an interesting one. So let's go to our e-reader now. This, as I said, is a Likebook Mars. And let's go into the library. So now I've got a lot of books here. So we go into search. And well, here I already have it in the history, but in this case I need to know the title. So the title here was Investment Certificate Advanced. Here it is. Okay, you can see the Mars correctly shows me the format, epub, and the title. So let's open it. So by default I use KO Reader. So you see the Mars automatically uses my default reader, and then we can open it. Alright, so now let's go into table of contents and see if we can. Okay, so this is alternate investments, chapter 4, and foreign exchange. Let's see now how it compares. So learning objectives, it's rendered properly. The page, of course, is smaller, and it is not exactly the same because, of course, it has to render everything on a smaller screen. I would say so far so good. It's not too bad. Okay, now let's go forward. Structure, foreign exchange quotes. Okay, nothing difficult here. Currency quotes. Okay, nothing difficult. Okay, here we've got a table, and well, I'm gonna say the rendering is fine, although let me focus. The font is noticeably smaller than the main text, so that might be a problem. But then again, the Mars makes it easier, and co-reader especially makes it easier to change the font size. So I could just go here, document properties, and font. But let's not do that now. Let's go forward and see how it compares when it comes to charts. Well, here the ebook has videos as well, but of course I'm not gonna play videos on an e-reader. Here we've got a chart, outright forwards. Let's see how this compares to the print version. So, outright forward, here it is. And this is, I would say it's rendered correctly. Let's move on. Okay, here we start to have some complex formulas. Here in this case the formulas was rendered as an image. I'm not sure if it shows on the video, but it is a little bit pixelated. It's not bad, but you can tell that it's an image. And then the table itself, that's an HTML element, so it does render correctly. And here we've got the book in print, so that's good. Okay. Moving on, we've got another table, we've got another video. Okay, let's move forward. And let's see, I want to see if we can find some chart or something a bit more. Here again we've got another table. It's a bit small, again the font, but it's not too bad, and it can always be increased. Another table. You see the reactivity is reasonably fast, it's not too bad. And it does a full refresh, I think, every 20 pages, which can be customized. Again, we've got formulas here rendered as images. This really depends on the ebook creator, whether they're going to use images or actual HTML formulas. But it's not too bad. Okay, another HTML table. That looks good to me. Derivatives. Let's see. I think here in the futures we had some interesting charts. Well, this is one thing where really the paper book is superior. It's a lot easier to move forward. Okay, so we got swaps. Here it is. So it's just before options. I think we should be. Yeah, here we are. Okay, here is the chart, and I would say it's rendered correctly. Let's put them side by side. And this is the paper version. It's an image, so it is rendered correctly, and it's readable. That's good. And the next chart, the short position as well, very good. So I would say, as long as we do have a decently produced EPUB, the experience is very good. It's perfectly usable. Here is another one, the chart in print and on ebook. I would say yes, the experience is perfectly reasonable, and of course we can highlight. There you go, and if I want I can highlight, add a note, so that is also good. Well, I mean, this is a functionality of KO Reader, which I highly recommend. So the question now is, what about if we have a PDF book instead? That's going to be more challenging, and I'll do that in the next video.